Going on, my good people? It's hot, but we still getting that work in, man. Pay everybody else. Pay yourself. Pay yourself. Anyways. Yeah, man. I'm here to talk about my book today, man. The Goud Narcissist. I wrote my book about a year and a half ago. Released it on my birthday. A week before my birthday not last birthday before that. Sure, man. Released my book. And basically in my book, the book is called The Goud Narcissist. Because I feel it's a yin and a yang for everything. So if there is a bad narcissist, and we have seen everything that bad narcissists do, there has to be an equal or better narcissist, which is good. Because I feel great men who are like deemed for greatness, they're narcissists any damn way. So you're going to have to pick the narcissist that you want. You're going to have to learn to identify the bad narcissist from the good narcissist. But that will require you to look at yourself. So basically in this book, I detail how it feels becoming a young man to, a 30-year-old. And the things I endured. So, like one of those things was sex addiction. I didn't even know I had a sex addiction. Had no idea. But it was like one day, when you look back and you go and ask your grandmothers and things about, your grandfather, and you find your grandfather had a sex addiction. And, my dad, he doesn't have a sex addiction because he got to watch his dad. He got to see everything that his dad was doing to my grandmother. So they decided not to be like their dad. But they ain't tell me none of that. They ain't tell me nothing about my grandfather. I didn't learn anything about my grandfather until I was like maybe 34 years old. And so I was talking to my grandmother and I was like, so my grandfather, like, who was he? Like, she was like, one thing I can say about your grandfather, he loved women. Woo. I was like, that sound like me. Am I following in my grandfather's footsteps? Self-realization point. So I started taking the emphasis off of sex in my life and put it on, what's your personality? Who are you? Am I going to be able to get along with you for a long amount of time? Do I even like you? Or is it the sex that makes me like you? Like, I started looking at stuff like that. The things that I dealt with as a young man, dealing with shame. That was another thing that men gonna have to get over. Dealing with shame. Ooh, boy, a woman will shame the hell out of you. Hey, you doing all types of goofy ass shit just because you don't want to say no. Or you just shamed. Or different areas of your life, like, especially with dating, men have to approach the women, right? So a woman telling me how to approach her is kind of obsolete because she ain't never approached nobody. How you gonna tell somebody to do something you ain't never did? So when I be talking to men about approaching women, you have to find your own way of approaching women. You can listen to women and gather their opinions, but it's gonna have to be you figuring out a way to communicate with women. You're gonna have to find a way. But I detail in this book the ways that I lost communication. And I call myself being a coward in the book by not speaking up. You're gonna have to speak up for yourself for being a man. You wanna be a great person? You wanna be a great man one day? Learn to speak up, even when it's uncomfortable. Another thing that I had to deal with is losing people. I detailed losing my mom, losing my sister, both of them to cancer. I detailed that in the book, man. How when I lost my mom, boy, I had to really grow up. I think today a lot of men don't necessarily grow up because they got mama's wisdom. So even when they married, they don't even listen to their damn wives no more. Ain't no leave and cleave. They still be listening to their damn mamas. Still be listening to their mamas well into their marriage, wondering why the marriage is suffering. But Me losing my mom, I had to understand that it's on me. I can't blame my mama. You know, she done lived her life. She done did everything she needed to do to get me to that point. I lost my mom at 27. So when I be seeing 40-year-old men still leaning on the wisdom of their mama and won't listen to their wives, I say to myself, boy, if your mama wasn't here, you would struggle like a mug because you ain't good at listening to your wife. Now, like, I had to deal with a lot of things. Man, I'm telling you, man, this book is dope. The book is dope. You should get it. But it details a lot of things that like men need. Like when I overcame my sex addiction, I started noticing that I was selling myself short, that I was selling myself cheap. Well, you don't ever want to be cheap out here in these streets, ever. Woman looking at you like, he'll fuck anybody. You don't want to be that guy. So you're gonna have to learn how to police yourself, police your body. If your temple is so important, who are you giving your temple to? Can women just slut you out if they want you? Like for me, at this point in my life, I'm a married man. Can't no woman have sex with me. I have to agree to the sex for it to happen. And since I have control over my body, I can't even listen to that. I don't even be worried, man. Keep your little box to yourself because I know it come with problems. Hey, bro, but I had to learn to get here, bro. All of these little lessons that I put in these videos, these are things that I learned. Still learning. Still learning how to communicate. Boy, when you get into older ages and you don't learn how to communicate, like I be counseling men who are 40 years old who still don't know how to communicate with women. They still don't know how to effectively say things that they need to say to help the relationship grow. Like I told my wife in the beginning, I'm gonna say some things that you might deem rude, but if those rude things save our marriage, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Because me keeping my mouth closed ain't gonna help us grow. It's gonna keep us stagnant. If you like stagnation, great, go marry somebody else. But if you're gonna marry me, you're gonna have a conversation with me. I do not talk to my wife like a little girl. I don't talk to her like boo boo doo poo 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 hoo poo foo. I don't talk to her like that. Come on up here. You said you was a grown woman. We're gonna talk about grown women shit. What grown women do. But I'm trying to save the marriage. I don't want it to get down the line and I ain't never spoke my mind. And now we having issues because I'm bringing up all this old stuff. No, I'm gonna nip it in the bud on the spot. Even things she didn't want to see. Like, I deal with that as well. Like, let's just say I have a talk with my wife and she don't want to hear it. I'm still gonna say it because it might not click right away. It might click maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, but you still gotta say it. So when it comes back, she'll be like, damn, he did tell me that. How you doing?
Hello. Nice breeze.
Oh, yes it is. I love it. Gotta talk to your neighbors, man. That's how you build a community. Anyways, man, go get the book. Especially men, man. I wrote this book with men in mind. Women can read the book and they can gain some valuable knowledge on how to deal with men and the troubles and the struggles that men have to go through. But I wrote this book for men because men, when they read this book, they be like, damn, dog, I'm going through some of the same stuff myself and some of the stuff I was struggling at. I'm like, we all struggle. I'm a Christian counselor, bro. We all struggle with this. All of it. Temptation, all this. We struggle with all of this. Hard to let a woman know what the hell a man is thinking because they think emotionally. All emotions. Boom, emotions! I'm not with that. I talk to men in a very rational manner because we have to make rational decisions while women are sitting around losing their goddamn minds being emotional. So, men, I wrote this book for you. I had you in mind when I wrote this book. So, man, pick it up. It's only $10. If you want the hard copy, it's $15. But yeah, man. I wrote this book with you in mind. I self-published it. Got a writer to help me with it, man, because I'm not the greatest English lit person. So If it was up to me, it would have a whole bunch of run-on sentences, fragments, and all types of other stuff like that I did not learn in, English class. So yeah, man, go get the book, man. Go get the book. Learn something about yourself. Learn about your brothers. Learn about what other men struggling with that you are also might be struggling with your damn self.